วิจัยทางด้านดาราศาสตร์โบราณคดีที่เกี่ยวข้องกับในเรื่องของการวิเคราะห์บันทึกดาราศาสตร์และก็แผนที่ดาวโบราณนะคะนอกจากนั้นก็เกี่ยวข้องกับดาราศาสตร์เชิงชาติพันธุ์วิทยาเกี่ยวข้องกับโบราณสถานทางดาราศาสตร์รวมถึงปรากฏการณ์ทางธรรมชาติบนดวงอาทิตย์กับการเปลี่ยนแปลงภูมิอากาศบนโลกด้วยนะคะก็จะบรรยายในหัวข้อเกี่ยวกับประวัติความเป็นมาของดาราศาสตร์ในเกาหลี Okay. Without further ado, please join me to welcome Dr. Hong-Jin, please.
Nice to meet you. I'm Hong-Jin and working in Korean Astronomy and Space Science Institute. First of all, I thanks to the NARIC for inviting us and to have a chance to introduce in Korean historical astronomy. The Go-eun Choi is my collaborator, and she introduced in Korean historical the constellations later. Okay. This slide shows that Korean representative historical heritage. There are many. Korea has a long history of astronomy, and there remains, as you see in this table. Thank you. There are many astronomical relics in now. In Korea, for a long time, Koreans saw the heavens on their observatories like this, and they recorded the historical astronomical phenomena in their history books. Like this one. Yeah. And also, during over 3,000 years, the Korean people draw the star chart and continuously. And next slide, I show that the introduce of the Korean star map. Yeah. In prehistoric period, some astronomical signs were reported in Korean dolmens. Yeah. And we identified some common marks in the constellation, such as Big Dipper, Sagittarius, Pleiades, Open Cluster, and so forth. Goguryeo and the Goryeo dynasty also has many star paintings, such as the Big Dipper, Sagittarius, 3 stars, and so forth. This one is most valuable star chart in Korean history. It was manufactured in 1395, and it contains 1467 stars with various sizes. Although it was manufactured in 14th century, we know that it originated from Goguryeo dynasty. In Korean history, during the Three Kingdoms period, we adopt the Chinese constellation system, and we also influence Korean astronomy influence in Japan. Okay. Then I introduced in Korean the representative star chart. It was a stone star chart. The full name is the 천상열차 분야지도. It's somewhat difficult. Okay. Anyway, this is one of the most representative astronomical properties in Korea. And there are 2 stone star charts during the Joseon dynasty. The first one was manufactured in the 14th century, and later another one also manufactured in 18th century. The later one is a replica of the original. Yeah. both of them are now keeping and displaying in the Korean National Palace Museum of Korea. When you have the chance to visit Korea, then you can see the two-stone star chart indirectly in Seoul. In the description says that the star chart originated from Goguryeo dynasty around the 1st century. As I mentioned above, the star chart contains 1467 stars and with various size. And we know that the size of a star represents the brightness of star. That the size is, it has a good correlation, the size of the stars and the brightness. Although the star chart was manufactured in 14th century, however, the astronomer statistically analyzed the star chart and found a notable result. The epoch of the stars are mixed 1st and the 14th century. The result is well matched with the in description. The star chart originates from the 1st century. Okay, it shows that the star paintings during the Goryeo dynasty, yes, it is the stone star. It is the star chart drawn on the ceiling in Seosamdong in South Korea, and you can see the in Big Dipper 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This one. And the 28 in Oriental constellations. It is the star paintings in Goguryeo dynasty. Yes. In Goguryeo, people describe the stars in circles with various size, like this one. It is a small and it is a large. Yeah. Okay, it shows that whole of the inside of the whole the world is contained in constellations. It shows that the painting of the sun in Goguryeo during the Goguryeo dynasty. Goguryeo people depict the sun as the black bird with 3 legs. Yeah. This is the golden decorations, and this is the mural star paintings. The paintings are located in the east, inside of the moon, which is the direction of the rising sun. And this shows that the moon, the paintings. Goguryeo people draw the moon like this in circle, and they draw the rabbit and frog inside the moon. Yeah. It is most clear in the paintings. And then, have you seen the rabbit and frog inside the moon? Have you seen? Anyone? Then, why Goguryeo people describe the moon like this? I show that the rabbit and the frog inside the moon. Okay. This is a real moon photo. Yeah. So, this darkened region we call that is a marina of moon. It means the ocean of the moon. So, Goguryeo people thinks that the dark region looks like the rabbit and frog. Okay, do you know rabbit? Yeah, they are big 2 ears, and this part is ear 1, too. It is a head, it is a body, it is a tail, it is a tail now standing. She's now standing. And the rabbit is now the in pound grains using the in ancient wood the mortar. And we can also the flow this part. Can you see the flow? No? Anyone who can see the flow? No? Okay. Who? You? Wow. Okay, I remember you. Now, can you see the rabbit and frog? Do you have any imaginary the shape of a story in Thailand relating to the moon? Okay, anyway, it is in Goguryeo people around the 2000 before the 2000 years ago. Korean people think that the moon looks like this one, okay? And also it is a real shape. We can find the frog and the rabbit in the moon. You can try it. Anytime you can see that in the full moon. From now, I'll show some astronomical science in prehistoric and the relics. It is in dolmen, which is the kind of tomb, the period of Bronze Age in Korea. There are some concentric rings, several. You think the concentric rings looks like stars? No? Okay, then I'll show you the famous figure. Yeah. It is drawn by 19th century by Gohol. Yeah, the name is 39. Where is the star? Maybe it is a star. What is different between this one and this one? Okay. I show the next page. We examined in Korean dolmens and find the various comb marks. We call this one is comb mark. Looks like constellations, and found this one. This one and A and C. That looks like a Big Dipper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Big Dipper. And this one is looks like the resembles in Sagittarius. In some case, in Chinese case, you call in the sixth star, right? Yeah. And DN is looks like Corona Borealis, yeah. And F, G looks like Pleiades cluster. H has the three kind of the in comb marks, three pattern of comb marks. I show it in this slide in detail. There's three star and Sagittarius and the Pleiades. The three type of the pattern is well-known Korean historical constellations, and the pattern box shows that in corresponding then the corresponding the star paintings. It shows that the comb marks looks like the Big Dipper. Yeah, this one, and also this one, and this one. It is the shape of the Big Dipper in the dolmen 3,000 years ago, and it is painted in Goryeo tombs around the 10,000 years ago, or 1,000 years ago. It is a comb marks looks like Pleiades open cluster. It is a real the appearance in the sky. You can see that in Pleiades in winter season, yeah. And it is a painting of the 1,000 years ago in Goguryeo tomb, and this is manufactured in the Bronze Age in Korea, and they describe the shape of the Pleiades on the dolmen. The time is quite, the shape is quite similar. Okay, from now, I'll introduce the Korean historical observatory. Yeah. In 633, Royal Observatory was built in Gyeongju in Silla dynasty. The observatory is the oldest astronomical observatory in the world in existence. Yeah. The height of the observatory is around 9 meters, and it consists of 381 stone blocks. Top of the observatory has a stone plate, and we think the astronomer might be observe the sky on the stone plate. The name of this observatory is Observatory for Skywatcher. Yeah. So the name and the history of the history construction are recorded in the Korean the formal history book. In Korean history, each dynasty has their own royal observatory. It is the royal observatory during the Goryeo dynasty. So it is now remained in the capital of the Goryeo dynasty in Gaeseong, now in North Korea. And Joseon dynasty also has their own royal observatory. However, during the Joseon dynasty, it was destroyed. So now we can confirm using this figure. It is the ancient royal observatory. However, we can see that through the local observatory of Joseon dynasty, like this one, now preserved in Seoul. These 3 history books are written by royal official historian, and each of the history books contains a lot of astronomical record, and they are covered around 15 to 30% of total articles. We can classify all of the astronomical record can find in, for example, they describe in the heaven phenomena in eclipse, sunspot, occultation by moon, and sun year, and color of sun. And in some case, they recorded that there are 2 or 3 suns appeared. So have you seen the 2 or 3 suns at the same time in daylight? No? Okay, then I'll show you the image. Can you see the 2 or 3 suns? Yeah. Actually, it is the atmospheric phenomenon. We call this phenomena is in sundo or ghost sun. It caused by the reflection by the ice water in the atmosphere. So this phenomena must be recorded in winter season. In Korean history, there are 7, 2 or 3 the sun record, and most of them are recorded in winter. Okay. Besides this record, there are many in the record for the planet and comet, nova, outburst, and supernova. And furthermore, in Korea has the in aurora record, because Korea is located in the more higher than in Thailand, so we can see that in aurora. Okay, this shows that the in daily record of heavens and for the comet. The daily record and for when the comet is appeared, they recorded in like this one, the location of the comet and shape, color, and the size of the tail and so forth. It shows the Korean national treasure regarding on the astronomical relics. The star chart I already mentioned you, and the other one is the auto striking water clock. It was invented in 15th century, and the last one is yes, astronomical clock. It was invented in the late 7th century, 17th centuries. This is a Korean in current bill, yeah, 10,000 won, around the $10. Oh, the back side of the in Korean bill, we can see that in historical the remnant. The one is the in star chart, yeah, stone star chart is appeared in draw the stone star chart, and also the other one is the a part of the in the astronomical clock. Then we can see I'll show you the in Big Dipper here. And when you see the in Korean this bill, then carefully, then you can see the Milky Way in this part. When you get the in Korean the 10,000 current bill, then try to find the Big Dipper and the Milky Way. Okay. It shows that in historical sundial and the Norman. In 15th century is we call that the golden age of the science in Korean history. At the time, the king was the in Sejong. At the time, in the 15th century, we invented 4 kinds of sundials. Yeah. This one. Finally, I showed that the Korean traditional star map using the 5 animals. The contents were recorded in the astronomical textbook. The name is Cheonmun Cho. It is published in the Joseon Dynasty, and the excellent astronomer Lee Sun-ji edited the book. This is a part of the description of the star chart. They describe the star map using these 5 animals in dragon, tiger, turtle, and snake. Actually, the snake is the one, the turtle, and in the phoenix. Also, another one is in Oriental giraffe. It is somewhat different in modern giraffe. Okay, modern giraffe has a long neck. However, in the imaginary, the Oriental giraffe is different. Using this image and in Korean star chart, I visualizing the ancient star map like this. Ancient Korean might saw the night sky and visualize this like shape and dragon, and the Orion is identified with that in the Oriental giraffe, so they can talk about these animals, and they can know that the season and the time. Okay, I already mentioned Korea has the many kind of observation record. Then we can have many several implications using this record. For example, when you use the in solar and lunar eclipse, we can know that in delta t is a variation of the Earth's rotation and nutation and so forth. And also we know that in solar long-term variations and global climate change when you use the instance-span aureal record. Okay, and when you confirm that this astronomical record was a real phenomenon, then we can use this another field. The historical record are very useful in other field as well as in astronomy. Okay, time is limited, so I skip this one. It shows that using the historical record, we analyze in modern the physical methods. So, yeah, find the notable result. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for your attention.